This is probably one of the most common misconceptions about stem cell therapy, and I want to kind of clear it up because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you're a Republican and you do stem cell therapy. Shame on you. None of the clinics we went to were aborted embryos. Yes, you can derive them from that, but most of the clinics use cords. They figured out that like once a baby is born, the women can donate the cords and placentas, and then they take the cords, and the cords are very rich in these types of stem cells that they need. Mainly because if you think about it, that's kind of lifeline. That's kind of how embryos like start, and that's how they thrive. Once the baby's born, they no longer need their cord, obviously, and then they go ahead and donate those. Anyways, both clinics we went to, they use those. We went to India, we went to Mexico, all the ones in my bio that I have on the form that say like how much they cost, what all is included. None of them use unalived embryos. There are clinics that we interviewed that would literally take eggs and sperm, and they would pretty much like make these petri dish babies, and then they would harvest those, and they call them like the golden cells and stuff. Yeah, we weren't a fan of that. Seemed a little too much overreach for us. But anyways, yeah, all of the ones that our son has received are just from like cords. So pretty much stuff that would like literally normally just be like a biohazard and be tossed out. He just received them from that. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into it, like certain requirements by the mother, like no shots or anything. Obviously no disease. They filter. They like do a bunch of screenings with their blood before they donate it. And then sometimes, even though it's kind of like a donation, they're like, hey, we'll pay for your birth if you give us this in return. All we need is your cord. And they'll be like, oh, deal, man. You like in certain countries, that's like a pretty like no medical bill, and it's something that's going to get tossed anyways. Hope that helps. But yeah, very, very common. This I get asked probably one of the top questions.